Sometimes it feels like people decide whether they love or hate a movie long before it even releases. That seems to be exactly what happened with Masters of the Universe. Before most people had even seen it, the internet had already split into different camps. Some claimed it was destroying everything that made He-Man special. Others argued it was a deep, modern reimagining of the character. And some dismissed it as another studio cash grab built entirely on nostalgia. After watching the movie, I don't think any of those descriptions are completely accurate. The truth is much simpler. Masters of the Universe is a fun adventure film that understands the spirit of the original cartoon much better than many people expected. It isn't perfect, and it has plenty of flaws, but it's also far more enjoyable than its online reputation suggests. The movie begins on Eternia, where a young Prince Adam trains under Man-at-Arms while trying to earn the approval of his father, King Randor. Everything changes when Skeletor launches an attack and takes control of Castle Grayskull. Before things are completely lost, the sorceress sends Adam to Earth along with the Sword of Power, hoping he can one day return and save Eternia. Years later, that plan has not exactly worked out. Adam is living an ordinary life on Earth, far away from the world he came from. After spending years searching for the lost Sword of Power, he finally tracks it down. But the moment he recovers it, dangerous forces begin hunting him. Soon, Teela arrives and brings him back to Eternia, where he discovers that the world he left behind has fallen into darkness under Skeletor's rule. To save his people, Adam must embrace his destiny, reunite old allies, and learn what it truly means to wield the power of Grayskull. One of the biggest claims surrounding this movie is that it mocks or tears down the original cartoon. I simply didn't see that. The film clearly understands that the original Masters of the Universe was colorful, dramatic, and sometimes a little silly. Instead of trying to turn it into a serious fantasy epic, the movie embraces that energy. There are jokes, over-the-top characters, and moments that feel intentionally playful. The filmmakers seem to appreciate what made the original series memorable, rather than treating it as something embarrassing that needs to be fixed. That approach works surprisingly well. Another criticism is that Prince Adam gets pushed aside in favor of Teela. While Teela certainly has an important role, the movie never loses sight of who the story is really about. At the beginning, Adam is inexperienced and completely unprepared for what is happening around him. Naturally, Teela helps him survive and guides him through this unfamiliar world. But the story is ultimately about Adam's growth. His journey from an uncertain young man into the hero Eternia needs remains the heart of the movie. Teela supports that journey rather than replacing it. One of the biggest surprises is Skeletor. The character is exactly what he should be: dramatic, theatrical, entertaining, and completely committed to being the villain. The movie doesn't try to turn him into a misunderstood anti-hero or give him endless layers of complexity. He's the bad guy, and he enjoys being the bad guy. That straightforward approach works perfectly for the character. Whenever Skeletor appears on screen, the movie instantly becomes more entertaining. That doesn't mean the film is flawless. The biggest issue is pacing. The first act spends far too much time on Earth before the main adventure begins. The movie takes a while to get moving, and several scenes could have been shortened without hurting the story. There are also some jokes that feel forced. A few moments rely on the type of self-aware humor that many blockbuster films have used for years, and not all of it lands. The movie is at its best when it embraces its fantasy world rather than trying too hard to be clever. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. See you in the next video.